So a new survey out today suggests that over 6 in 10 parents are worried about what impact the lockdown is having on their children. And it also says that children are spending an average of 9 hours a day indoors. Let's get more on this. Let's speak to the McFly drummer, Harry Judd. Hi, Harry.
Hi there, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. And psychologist Emma Kenny is also with us. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
So first of all, Harry, how have you been keeping your kids occupied? 11 weeks of lockdown. It's hard to imagine, isn't it?
Oh, I know, it is. It really is. Yeah, it was a bit of a shock at first, wasn't it? And a real struggle to see how we were going to keep them entertained. And I think personally, I found as a parent, every day has just been this one big challenge of how to avoid putting the TV on. So yeah, fortunately, I haven't been too busy with work, so I can't even imagine how some people have coped trying to balance work and their children. But been very grateful for the good weather, very grateful to have a garden, and we've just tried as much as possible to keep the children active, keep their imaginations going, keep them doing creative play, hence why we've been involved with this imaginative play pack. And we've seen that it's been really helpful. My children certainly are really keen, well, my daughter, very keen to learn, very keen for daddy to constantly be playing with them non-stop 24/7. I'm trying to teach them to play just the two of them together. But yeah, it has been a struggle, and yeah, it's really pushed our creative skills to the max.
Yes. So Emma, how important is it to keep children active in times like this?
I mean, I think any parent understands that keeping children active is basically everything that they have to do every day anyway. So I don't think it's a massive juxtaposition to what we expect of ourselves usually. It's just that there's been more intensity without as much freedom. So that's added to the weight. So 72% of parents have said, look, one of the big problems is we've run out of ideas. You know, we've done all the things that we can think of. And the whole premise of this Soltan research is to just get parents to actually think about the power that they have with the time that they have and how to use it best so that their children benefit on a divergent level. Because what we want with children is we want them to feel that their imaginations have an opportunity to thrive. And the reason for that is creative play and being able to kind of escape. It isn't just about the fact that it's fun being a cop or a robber, or it's fun counting the clouds in the sky and imagining how many different scenarios you can come up with. The bigger thing there is you're actually basing a self-soothing mechanism where they can have time on their own, where they can build resilience, and whether you're playing with them or whether they're doing that independently, it's about that invention. And also, you know, kids really struggle unless they get outside. 96% of parents said when they get their children outside to play all day, whether running around the garden, you know, I've just seen a video of Harry with his child wrapped around his legs, and what's happening there, that expending of energy and the white light on the skin means they're going to sleep. 96% of parents said my child sleeps so much better when they're outside. So obviously we're encouraging kids to go outside and play as much as possible. We also understand the democracy of play. Listen, not everyone has a great garden. Some kids have a balcony, but that doesn't mean that you can't bring nature into your room. So we really want to get parents to get creative. So the Soltan Imaginative Play Pack is all about doing that. And obviously Harry's worked so closely with all of that work to try to make it so that kids have that opportunity no matter where they live or what kind of situation they're living in.
Yeah, so Harry, tell us a little bit more then about the initiative that you are getting involved with.
Well, I mean, Emma summed it up beautifully there, and I'm not going to be able to articulate it as well as she did. But yeah, we've been fortunate to have time to kind of experiment with these creative ideas and activities with our children. And as Emma said, the response has been amazing. You know, in the past, obviously, I've had time with the children and played with them, but all of a sudden it's been, 24/7. So being able to, ourselves, me and my wife, coming up with these ideas, getting creative, imaginative ideas, creative ideas, games, mindful activities for the children. And yeah, we've seen the response has been brilliant. I'm very grateful that one of the responses, as Emma pointed out, is that they sleep well. But it's all about their emotional development as well. And I think as parents now, a lot of us are working parents, we're so busy, and suddenly the responsibility has been completely shifted upon us, which a lot of us are just, quite frankly, not been used to. So it's been a really great time. It's been difficult as well at times, but yeah, I've enjoyed the challenge of keeping the children entertained.
Any activity in particular they enjoy the most, so you can pass it on to other parents?
My daughter loves, this is what Emma said, you know, my daughter, and my son's picking up on it now, he's a bit younger, absolutely loves imaginative play. So she loves to role play. So depending on, I mean, every day is different. You know, Daddy, you're the teacher, and I'm the sister, and we're at school, and you take me here, and then you say this and you say that. But one of the ones in the play pack that I love is the water painting, which Izzy remembered from her childhood. You literally just get some water. It's really simple ideas, but it's killed a lot of time over lockdown. Get just a pot of water, some paintbrushes, and just go outside and paint water on, for us it was the garden shed or the paving slabs. And the best thing is there's no mess and it just dries off. But the children there think they're kind of might literally be painting or painting pictures. And so it's basically, the play pack is full of fun, simple, creative ideas like that to help you to boost the kids' creativity, imagination, and also have a bit of fun.
And just finally, I mean, it's important, I suppose, that once lockdown's over, that this continues with our kids, doesn't it? That we keep them active and keep them creative.
I mean, I think kids in the UK have great parents. I genuinely do. I believe that. I think that we are devoted. I think we feel guilt too much. So I don't want parents thinking that this imaginative play pack is to give them extra pressure. It's actually to relieve that pressure, because it is hard to keep children entertained. And obviously, it's one of those things that going forward, we definitely want to give as much children's freedom opportunity as possible. I do think that screens are amazingly helpful. Look, I have teenagers. Believe me, I can empathise with any parent out there who has fully given up on homeschooling. Amen to that. And is just letting their children have time online as well as outside. But the thing is, getting kids outside, no matter whether they're 2 or whether they're 18, is really important, because it means that they have an opportunity to just breathe. And I think that when Harry mentioned mindfulness, look, mindful practice is so powerful. We often spend so much time worried about the past or fretting about the future. We don't have any control over that, but the present we've got complete and utter control over. And the more time you spend outside playing, whether that's, you know, with peers as we get out of lockdown, or whether that's with parents in that situation now, you will help your child thrive. And I think we're great at that in the UK. I think that we've always been creative. I think screens have crept in a little bit too much, and that's okay. We've all been dealing with the issues that we've got, like home working. But if we can just pay homage to the fact that children thrive best when their creativity and imagination is allowed to run free, and the more that we can do to just help embed that behaviour and encourage that behaviour, then the healthier, happier kids that we'll have, who turn into, of course, the healthier, happier adults. And as was just noted by Harry, you know, Izzy's got those nostalgic memories of play that was so simple but so profound that when she's reflecting on that, she's not looking back and going, well, I remember that computer game I really, really enjoyed. You remember the things that have meaning attached to nostalgic memory and creation. So I think that let's try to make as many memories so our children can idyllically look back at that when they're adults themselves.
Yeah, just very quickly, Harry, where can people get some more information on the packs?
The pack will be free to download at boots.com. So it's totally free. And as Emma said, it's something that we've created just to help parents come up with, you know, fun ideas. And one thing that always stuck with me is something my mum said about her dad. She said, what I remember about my dad, who sadly passed away many years ago, she said, is that my dad always found time for me. And that's what it's always stuck with me as a dad. You know, I know people are very busy with work, but it's trying to, when you have those moments with your children, to be present.
Definitely.
Something that I've struggled with because of external things like your phones and social media and work and just general stresses of life, and trying to be, when you have that time with children, have it fully focused and present, and it means so much to them, and also you get so much more back from it yourself as well.
Well, good luck with the initiative. Thanks for joining us this morning. Appreciate it.
Take care. Thanks for having us.
Cheers. Thanks.
Bye-bye.